Hey guys, AMF7 here. This is the final video of unveiling my merchandise that I got from Japan. So, this day that I will be talking about is a day that was filled with adventure. We first started off at Shinjuku. We went to the Samurai Museum, and then we also went to the Capcom bar where we got, where we had a reservation. So we decided to do that as well. There was like Street Fighter, Monster Hunter, all these kinds of games that were there. We didn't get any free coasters from this one because we would have had to buy an alcoholic beverage or something. But that's okay. Can't get them all the time, you know? So after all that, we met my friend at a Starbucks, but that was right by one of the biggest Animate stores. Animate is all over Japan, but this one was like one of the biggest. Like, seriously, it really was. And I'm not joking around when I say this. That's where, pardon me, I do have a bit of a congested throat, but that will change in a bit. That's where some of these items come in. So, with that being said, I'm going to now get in a little more detail. This was one of them. Because I got hooked on Yuri on Ice, as I explained in the previous video, I got myself a Victor keychain, which I have no regret whatsoever, and it's acrylic, and it's cool. I like it! And then I also got a couple of Kuroshitsuji, or Black Butler, Book of Atlantic, clear files, which I believe were really, really cool. And then I also saw this. It looks like it was a book that was on the Book of Atlantic event that they had on a ship and everything, where the premiere was in Japan. But then again, I could be wrong. I did browse through this a bit, but I still want to browse more through it. So, after that, my friend then took us to a place called K-Books. And that's where I got another Victor plushie, and this actually sleeps on my bed right now in the plastic. I know, I'm weird, and I don't care. So, I was actually doing some Victor accents while that was happening and everything. And honestly, I enjoyed myself with him and the others. We were actually going around for a bit. We actually thought we had this restaurant ready for us to eat at. Unfortunately, that was not the case, so we decided to see if we can stall time. But like in the end, like I said, we didn't do it. We went to the Evangelion store, Neon Genesis Evangelion, or whatever it is. And above it, which was extremely exasperating to me, there was a Rejet shot up there. And Rejet is, in fact, the company of Diabolic Lovers. So I went to that Rejet shop. And when I needed to pay for something, I did use my little greeting that I've been using since I got to Japan to try to get a cashier. I went, "Sumina-san!" And my friend actually said to me, "Wow, you just sounded Japanese there for a second. You really do sound Japanese." I'm like, "Whoa, really?" And apparently that's something everybody does when they're in Japan. And it's okay. But in New York, it wouldn't be, or anywhere in the United States, it really wouldn't be acceptable. So this is what I got from the Rejet shop. This is Shu Sakamaki from Diabolic Lovers, the eldest of the 6 Sakamaki brothers. I really like him, despite him being lazy. I just think he just has an attitude of sorts, and lazy attitude, but still. Regardless, I love it. And then, actually, we went to a Tower Records. And actually, before I get to the Tower Records, we then actually went around after that place fell through. And then finally he actually said, "Let's go to this place called Shakey's Pizzeria," where there was like a buffet of pizzas. And there were pizzas that you wouldn't be able to find in the United States. Like, some had mayonnaise sauce on it. Now, I'm not a big fan of mayonnaise. They also had salami and pepper and all different types of flavors, including a cheeseburger pizza. For me, I'm really not much of a mayonnaise fan, but I mean, I got what I could, and my 2 friends were laughing at my friend's son because he was trying to get the cheeseburger pizza a couple of times, but unfortunately it slipped from his grasp. So they were laughing. We were talking about a whole bunch of things. And then me and my friend took one last selfie before saying our goodbyes. I will be seeing him when he comes to the USA for a visit in December, and I do miss him. And I thank him for everything he did with us that day. The next day, we then decided to go to Tokyo Skytree, where we enjoyed the view, took pictures of the views, and whatnot. We then went to Sizzlers for dinner, and we then just prepared packing up, and we left the next day. So, I love Japan. Japan is a wonderful experience. When I came back from Japan, in fact, I had an anime convention the next day, which I believe was a good pick-me-up for me, because I knew I'd cry, stating that I'd miss it. Oh, right. I forgot. I went into a Tower Records around the area that I was at, in Ikebukuro, and I picked this up. It's Diabolic Lovers. It's a clear file, but it's a Tower Records exclusive. So that's going to be a very rare item in the future, but I'm going to still keep it because I love it. In any event, thank you all so much for listening. Japan is a wonderful experience. It's a radical place. It is just honestly a place that I would recommend fully. And as you can see, there's a lot to do, a lot to see, and a lot to say and talk about. And that's basically it. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it highly. And yes. So for right now, until the next video, AMF7 out.